By now, you've heard that the San Francisco 49ers have locked down best in the world, Fred Warner, until 2029. A lot of great stuff has come out since that extension was announced, stuff that I think you're absolutely going to want to hear. Hit subscribe if you're looking for daily 49ers content, and my goodness, comment below how you're feeling right now in this moment with the Fred Warner announcement. I'm absolutely over the moon about it. I've been sitting on it for a few hours, just reveling in it. It is so awesome for so many reasons, of which I'm going to tell you about right now. Let's start off with the fact that we just locked down Fred Warner, the best linebacker in football. He loves to use the phrase best in the world. We should just start associating him permanently with best in the world. You know, it just be Fred, best in the world. Warner, I'd be comfortable with that. But four-time All-Pro linebacker Fred Warner and the 49ers reached agreement on a 3-year deal. You've probably already read this before. $63 million contract extension that includes over $56 million in guaranteed money, making him NFL's highest paid linebacker. It marks the second time in his 7-year NFL career that Warner has landed a contract that makes him the league's highest paid linebacker. The 49ers are giving, per Matt Barrows, Fred Warner a 3-year extension. His current deal was set to expire in 2026, so he's now under contract through 2029. That is huge, my friends. I cannot tell you how important that is, because when you think about the linebacker core, and we've been rightfully very, very focused. And I've got like 5 other things coming up later in the video, so don't go anywhere. Just skip ahead if I'm annoying you. But you guys, we've been talking about this linebacker 2 spot, let's call it, right? For a long time, the LB2 position, that Dre Greenlaw position. We talked about it basically all of last season, except for when Dre Greenlaw was on the field, and all we were talking about was how good Dre Greenlaw was playing. And then after that, Dre Greenlaw's injured again, that whole thing, right? So we have rightfully talked about filling that other linebacker role for a really long time. We drafted guys to fill that linebacker role this year, last year, and the year before that. Wait, last year? Did we last year? Oh, yeah, we did. Jalen Graham. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Who cares? The point is, now it's understandable why, I kind of not forget, but I'm reinvigorated when I see this news, why this is such a massive, critical deal for the 49ers. To lock him in, he still had 2 years left in his contract, but there were still big cap hits coming right there. There's a fly in front of me, sorry. There were big cap hits in front of him, but we had to get handled, it didn't have to, but sure helped to get handled, and then you don't get in a situation where next year you're in that critical contract year. This locks him down until 2029. I think that's great news. Let's get to the next one. We're in a new era of contracts, and this only further proves that we're in a new era of contract. George Kittle gets his done a few weeks ago. 4 years, $76 million. Brock Purdy gets his done a couple days ago. 5 years, $265 million. Fred Warner gets his done 3 years, $63 million today. Not to mention, by the way, there are some other guys like Deommodore Lenoir. They did not let him get to the offseason before getting that contract extension done. So big moves done by the 49ers, making sure ahead of time the 49ers are in a great position, and it sure feels refreshing, does it not? 49ers getting these extensions done in May says 2 things, says Akash. They learned from last season's drama. They had zero hesitance about paying these players. So there you go. Did they learn? Perhaps. David Lombardi wrote this: after Fred Warner's cap savings are tallied, and even after Brock Purdy's contract is counted, 49ers should still have over $40 million in 2025 salary cap space. That is incredible work by the 49ers. The amount the 49ers considerably rolled over in recent seasons was $40 million. So the cycle repeats. The 49ers continue to roll over that similar amount. This is huge news, you guys. This is big. This is a big thing that just happened, and it's not just about the money. It's not just about the contracts, but it is a big part of it. Am I right? Like the drama you feel as a fan. I know that stuff just happens, but then there's the impact it has on the field. We saw what happened with Brandon Aiyuk last year. We saw what happened with that deal going really late. We saw what happened before that with Nick Bosa. These guys can't be their best selves if they're not at training camp. And the fact that all these guys are ready to go for pre-training camp for OTAs, That is awesome. For official team activities, this is a big deal to me. With linebacker Fred Warner's contract extension, the 49ers have now taken care of all of their primary in-house business. It's still May, which means no contract drama in camp for the first time in several years. Yes. Agree with that one. Ari Meirov saying, for a team that's dealt with nonstop contract drama in recent offseason, it has to feel good for Kyle Shanahan, and 49ers fans to know Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and Fred Warner are all locked in. No summer drama this year, which brings me to my next point. The right vibes. Remember last year we were talking about the wrong vibes? Remember there were lots of reports coming out about the wrong vibes, that things just fell off. People kept saying the vibes were off last season. And before you knew it, the 49ers were in a really weird situation where we were just like, I don't think we're in that position where we're just trying to get things back anymore. We just got to turn the season back around. Now we're like, can we even make the playoffs? Like, we have to do this, and this. That includes beating the Bills and beating the Packers. Like, there was a lot of stuff that had to happen. It was getting nasty. 49ers drama watch. Matt Barrows, this is a great tweet. Jake Moody's development rises to first place on the drama watch list. That's pretty tame compared to a year ago. Other contenders for drama. This is all the drama that the 49ers can be freaking out about right now, or 49ers fans can be freaking out about right now. You have Jake Moody. You have Aiyuk's recovery. You have Purdy's deal. Sadly, this is an evergreen one. Agree with Matt Barrows in this one. It's just going to keep being a conversation that's going to be talked about. That's the way that's going to go. San Francisco's rivalry uni. We're still waiting to find out about that and any other things that they include in the rebranding that they've kind of hinted at. Teams' new practice fields. We're getting really down the list when we're getting to teams' practice fields in terms of drama and Shanahan's hat choices. There you go. Absolutely love that. The vibes are absolutely right, though. The 49ers this offseason got rid of Nick Sorensen, got rid of Brian Schneider, hired Rob Saleh, hired Brant Boyer, extended Brock Purdy, extended George Kittle. This was a tweet from yesterday, but they extended Fred Warner. They added close to 20 rookies. They brought in multiple kickers, one being a rookie that is highly touted, and they brought in a solid-ish veteran. So there you go. I absolutely agree with Coach Yak on this one. This is a great tweet. It's a great point. It's missing a couple things, I suppose. There's even more that the 49ers have done this offseason, but it's a good enough conversation starter if you ask me. The 49ers went 6-11 last season while playing a first-place schedule, dealing with the 20-day rest disadvantage, blowing 3 fourth-quarter leads, dealing with the most games missed due to injury per AGL, employing a historically bad special teams unit. There's been retooling of the roster. The rookie class hasn't stepped on the field yet, but a favorable schedule, favorable rest, no offseason contract drama, rehiring of Robert Saleh should make the playoffs a very fair expectation. Not to mention, too, that Brant Boyer move is a big move because the 49ers just need some solidity from the special teams. It's like, just do your job. I don't care if you do anything fancy. I don't care if you don't do anything like super special. Just do your job. Just do the basics. And I think from there, like, I'd be more than happy for this upcoming season. We want to talk about 2 years from now, 3 years from now, having a special teams unit that blows everybody away. Whatever. That's fine. For this upcoming season, please just do your job. Like, if it's under 40 yards, it goes through the uprights every single time, right? Like, if it's a punt or a punt return, like, let's just handle our blocks. Let's just handle not fumbling the ball. Like, let's just do the simple stuff, please. So much more that I could get into there. But also, one other reason that I'm super hyped about this Fred Warner move is the core pillars conversation. We've talked about this, of course, many times in different ways over the last year or so. But now you have Purdy locked in. You have Kittle. I mean, Purdy's locked in. He doesn't even have a trade clause. That's a crazy thing. George Kittle locked in. Fred Warner, locked in. Nick Bosa, locked in. Deommodore Lenoir, locked in. These are core pillars the 49ers are building around, going forward, and that is something that you can be optimistic about. I certainly am. 49ers going to build around a long-term core that includes Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Deommodore Lenoir, and Brandon Aiyuk. We'll throw him in there. He signed a big contract. Interesting, though, that he was not included in Matt Barrows' core pillars tweet there, but I won't read too much into that right now. 49ers Hive, Bosa locked up, CMC locked up, Kittle locked up, Aiyuk, Lenoir, Purdy, Warner. 49ers taking care of business. I think you get where I'm going on this one. Niners spent money on foundational players. The exodus of talent this offseason was needed. Mostly, I'd say. I'd agree with you on mostly. They spent wisely, and not a single big-name free agency made sense for the Niners outside of Drew Dalman. Again, I wouldn't agree with that necessarily. I'd say there were definitely guys that made sense for the 49ers on the defensive line, for example, but none of them that made sense at the end of the day in terms of signing a contract. So, in terms of a number game, the 49ers are in a great situation with who they've paid and where they're at with the salary cap. So, looking back, I think it's fair. You could probably say none of those free agent moves would have really made sense financially speaking. I still think that there were some moves there. But in general, I agree with Javier Vega's point of view. I agree with the idea of what the 49ers have done this offseason, and not taking a risk in free agency is something that's worth considering as well. Sometimes you do those really big moves and they don't pay off. Javon Hargrave is a good example of a guy who, on paper, based on what he did in Philadelphia, should have been an incredible move and was worth every penny at the day he signed on the dotted line. And then everything we've seen that happen so far, everything that we saw that happened while he was a Niner, and that was it. And it turned out to not be a great deal, mostly due to injuries, but either way, it doesn't matter. And I would agree with the Drew Dalman take as well. I would have loved to see the 49ers go after Drew Dalman. I'm a little jealous of that move, but it's not surprising at all because the 49ers don't value the offensive line in the same way that other teams like the Bears clearly value the offensive line a little bit differently. The 49ers had too many holes to fill this offseason to do what someone like the Bears did this offseason. And we'll see if the Bears can be a well-rounded team next year. We'll have to wait and see. They have to earn it. But all of that being said, yes, I would have loved a big move on both sides of the line in free agency. I still would have loved a big move like that. It would have felt good. But with all things said and done, what the 49ers have done is still pretty darn good as far as I'm concerned. I think this is a really good offseason. I'm feeling really positive about it if you can't tell. My goodness. I don't know what you're looking at. We have 8 days until OTAs. It's a week away now, basically, and I'm hyped about it. We're going to get to see and hear a lot more coming out from the team during those official team activities. We'll also, by the way, while all that's happening, we're entering phase 2, and so now it's getting real, and all these guys are locked up. This is perfect. Locked up, locked in, locked down. That's actually the word that I meant to say. Locked down, not locked up. I'll rephrase that in the future. But anyway, appreciate all of you guys. Subscribe if you are not already subscribed. Let me know what you think in the comments about the deal. I can't imagine there are going to be too many naysayers out there on this deal. I know there are those who don't like the Brock Purdy deal, but how do you not like the Fred Warner deal? It just seems like a genius, obvious, no-brainer, in my opinion. Appreciate all of you. Have a good evening.